Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Hello, Madam Al. How are you doing today, darling? Coming in with that like and that share. We had Colo coming in with the follow on the page as well. Welcome into the Winter Circle community, my man. We are here today presenting for the Gran Turismo racing community. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with our GTRC group here on our Saturday afternoon time slot. And well, this week it's Mini Cooper racing. So we're back to our 2 sprint race format with these Mini Coopers. Let's flip it over. Let's take a look, see what we're seeing here. Right now it looks like we've got 10 entered drivers here on the racetrack right now with their cars in the paddock or in pit lane. I'm good, thanks. Sunbathing all day. Ooh, enjoying the nice weather. Fantastic. Get that tan. Get that tan. I'm good. We're glad that Facebook is working today. We've been having some issues lately getting connected to Facebook, so glad to see it is finally back up and running. Mini Coopers. That's what we're talking about here today. Alright, so we've round 3 here. We missed round 2 because of the forest fires here in my area. We decided that we had to take care of ourselves there instead of streaming. So we're back here for round 3. So we don't know what happened in round 2. So we're just going to go take a little look here. So the way this has been working is after each round of racing here in the Mini Coopers, the top 5 drivers have to carry an extra amount of weight coming into the next round. So coming into round 3 at Autopolis short here today is going to be Type R, having to add 991 kilograms. Super is going to have to be at 1,003 kilograms. Hair Razor, who's currently sitting 3rd place overall, has to be at 1,014 kgs. Doug Burrow, 2nd overall, has to be at 1,026 kilograms. And Pigums, who's sitting 1st overall, currently sitting at 1,038 kilograms. So this is all based off of championship points on which drivers need to add championship ballast. Now, in sprint race number 1, there will be the same factor. So when sprint race number 1 is finished here today, some drivers will be required to add ballast to their cars as well before the start of race 2. And of course, that's all handled by race control in behind the scenes. So there's a lot happening here during these Mini Cooper races, and they're actually a lot of fun. So we're getting away from our typical racing cars here in this fun little mini series we're running beside our Porsche Cup Challenge every other weekend, and it's Mini Coopers. Everybody loves Mini Coopers. These things are so much fun. Hello, Winter Circle. Madam L, great to see you again. Hey, Joe, how you doing, my dude? The joys of Facebook. I know, right, Madam L? I know. I had one of the Roving Island streams on our Pro-Am class. Had to go strictly to YouTube last week. That upset me. We lost a lot of reach there. With it not being on Facebook, because obviously that's a Facebook premiere of series. Facebook is where all our viewership comes from, Roving Island. So, yeah, that one stung a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. We just got to deal with the platforms as they come at us. Cody coming in with the thumbs up on the stream. Joe coming in with the thumbs up on the stream as well just a few minutes ago. Hello, everybody over on the GTRC. We got Hair Razor saying good luck to all the drivers. See y'all soon. Alright, we're just checking on everything here. Make sure everything's looking nice and solid. Everything's looking pretty solid. Alright. I'm happy. I'm comfortable. Streamer issues, we love it. Hope you're doing good too, Joe. Hope everything's well. Alright, so we got, like I said, 10 racers here. We're just waiting for race control to kick things off here. We got 5 minutes left to go yet, so let's go take a look at some of our drivers here. We'll just leave the information the way it is for now. We do have Pigums here in fastest here so far in qualifying, and he's carrying the most weight as well. I'm good. Whoever it was just asked if I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. In the game chat there in the lobby, Josh coming in with that thumbs up. Yeah, wonderful when they mute streams now for possible copyrights. It's annoying. I'm not going to get into the logistics of what's going on with Facebook right now, but I'm just going to say that it's due to the fact that I'm a Canadian citizen and some of the issues I'm having as a content creator on Facebook right now. I'm not going to get into it anymore because it breaks my own policies on what we do and don't talk about on a live stream. But yeah, it's a sticky situation for me on Facebook right now, and I'm hoping that it doesn't overall forced me to have to change out my platform after all the work we put into Facebook. But you know, it is what it is. The community will go wherever the action is, and we know that. So we appreciate the community out there. And at the end of the day, the content goes on no matter what. So whether it be on Facebook or YouTube or a new platform, wherever we need to be to get that content out, it'll get out there, and that's all that matters. So that's all that matters. But with that being said, if you haven't followed the YouTube channel, head over to YouTube. Just put in the search at GT45 Gaming and go sub to the YouTube channel for us. We're pushing to 500 subs over there for partnership. It's the only thing we're missing here, ladies and gentlemen, for partner over on YouTube is 500 subs. So if you're not a sub to the YouTube channel, do me a solid. Head on down to the red site and hit that sub button for us. We're going to start putting exclusive content to YouTube here too as well in the near future to try and build the page up more so we can go for partnership over there. And that way there we can hopefully have a backup plan to Facebook issues we're having at the moment. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. I'm just going to leave it at that. Busy life keeps going, hoping to get back track on soon. Enjoy racing with these fast ladies and gentlemen. Facts, buddy. Facts on facts. I'm sad outside. It's starting to get dark, but the wine is still flowing. It is good to have a long time. That's good. Some decompressed time, Mel. We love to hear it. We love to hear it. Okay, here too. We love you, Josh. You're already subbed though, my dude, because you're a legend, so. Alright, let's see who else is on track here. Make sure everything's working. Our keyboard functions are all kicking and moving and grooving here. Alright, everything looks good. Got Mike Mates here. Who else we got on track right now? We got Bar 27, the old Apex livery there. Oliver, oh yes, the blue and pink. And if you notice, the Gran Turismo Racing logo on the beginning of the stream is in blue and pink as well, and it's actually due to Oliver here on track. We had a tribute race for him a little while back. He's lost, unfortunately for him and his significant others, they've lost a couple of children due to complications, and it was some tough moments there, but he's been rocking that blue and pink ever since, and that's why the GTRC is doing the same thing as well, because it's in honor of co-founder of the Gran Turismo Racing community, Oliver here. So we've decided to keep the GTRC logo, the pink and blue, for support for the community. Show the community that we're there to back them up no matter what's going on in life, whether it be on track or off track. And you know, we just hope that that support and that extra little bit of the extra mile that we're taking to show him that he has people to reach out to if he needs to is enough to keep him going from day to day. So, you know, it's just more about sim racing here in behind the scenes, whether it's something that GT45 Gaming's got going on, or in this case GTRC, or tomorrow night we'll be doing some Infinite Racing League on to set a course of competition. No matter what it is or who it is that we're working for, it's all one big giant family at the end of the day, and you know, it's just moments like that within communities that we see on a regular basis that really do show that. So for everybody just sitting at home thinking we're just chilling and playing video games and having some fun, there is so much more to it behind the scenes than just playing video games. I mean, right now that's the part that everybody gets to see because that's the part we're showing you, but in behind the scenes it really is truly incredible what the community does for each other on a day-to-day basis, whether it's like I said, our community or another sim racing community out there. It's all the same. So, you know, you keep doing what you're doing out there, content creators, because you're changing people's lives without even realizing it, most likely. So, you just day by day, step by step, stream by stream, man, that's all it takes. You don't have to do anything special. You don't have to change who you are. You just got to be you, and your viewers will be there, and just be able to show that love back to your community, and it comes right back at you. And then next thing you know, you've got a much larger family than you even realize. So just keep doing what you're doing out there, content creators, because we're making a difference within our own communities and our own backyards, but also virtually across the world, and really making, you know, cool people, meeting new friends that we, you know, in real life we probably never would consider our friends because they live thousands of miles away from us. So you know, what we're doing here is so much more than just playing video games and having some fun and throwing it out there on the screen for everybody to enjoy with us. It really is. We're really trying to make a difference in the sim racing community. So just appreciate that support, and, you know, just for people that are just tuning in or new to what we're doing here, and you know, lots of questions with video games. I know lots of viewers are always like, well, I don't understand the concept of playing video games on a live stream. That's what it's for. I mean, it's to support each other. It's to have some fun. You know, friends are able to get together in a situation where we're not able to meet at each other's homes because we live so far apart from each other. Go Doug, go for the win. 6-lap goalie. Yeah, gotcha. We hear that. Coffee Darts are my favorite comms guy, enjoying an afternoon in the beautiful outdoors. Let's get it, Joe. Let's get it. Yeah, no, it's gorgeous here too. There's not a cloud in the sky right now where I'm in my area either. So, my bad. I'm just letting you sit on the car in pit lane there. Well, you're keeping me company while I sit drinking wine in the garden. Well, as long as we don't start crying, Mel, we're okay, right? If you start crying, you got to put the wine bottle down, okay, dear? That's my only rule. Egod coming in with that thumbs up. Oliver just went to get the right gearbox. Oh, okay, I got you, Piggy. Hope you're doing good, man. Your car's looking a little heavy there, buddy. We'll have to have fun with that extra weight, my dude. But you go get some, man. Keep pushing hard out there, dude. Got Esports Matthew on the screen here right now. He's a very good driver here as well. He looked very good last weekend in the Porsche Challenge that we had on stream here for the Gran Turismo racing community as well. So should be doozy. Should be a doozy. I'm more of a dancing on the tables kind of drinker. Oh, there we go. See, that's what we talked about. The fun-loving kind of gal. There we go. You're the star of the show, aren't you, Madam L? The star of the show. With your personality, I could totally see it, too. I could totally see it. Alright, so we're just waiting for Race Control to do what Race Control does best behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen. So thanks for hanging out with us. Hope everybody had a good week. It was a little bit of a tough week here on my end, but you know, that's the way she goes. Yeah, you're all good, Doug. We hear that. We hear that. We got your Race Control. Ooh, Miss Devious. That is poppin', my gal. Oh. You know what? That actually, that's gonna result in a super reaction. Just saying. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Super reaction used on that bad boy. That is sweet. Sorry, chat, got distracted. Some behind the scenes stuff. I know you want to know now, don't you? Oh, well. If you want to know, you got to be a member of 1010's racing team, ladies and gentlemen. We are open for applications here at 1010's Racing as well while I have a moment. And that is done through the GT45 Gaming Discord server. So if you're not in the Discord server, well, what are you waiting for to start with? Because that is where all the magic happens within the community. Just saying. And I mean, that's where announcements are made. That's where registrations are handled. That's where leagues are. I mean, you want to know where the next best league is, you got to be in the server. I mean, we put up other league stuff in there all the time too as well. So we're actually going to be doing some qualifying here not too long after this race is done tonight. I got to get my butt over into qualifying mode and get ready to do some qualifying for a new league myself that I'm going to be commentating and racing in. And boy, oh boy, you're not going to want to miss this one either, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be quite this series. Can't leave the stream. No, that's right. That's what Joe said. You can't leave. Lots of reactions. All right, let's see who else is rocking and rolling here. Esport Matthew's looking quite good and tidy. We got Snozzer on track here, aka Action Jackson. Puzzleman says Action Jackson is sexy. Just saying. Just saying. That's what she said. Speaking of, there's Puzzlement right there. She's juiced. That's what it says on the back of her car. I gotta get a look at this livery here. Cameraman, give us a close-up. Some monster energy here. Alright. That's a doozy. That's a good one. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go. That's definitely got best livery on track vote for me here right now. There's some good ones out there though. We got Supra here. He's in a hybrid tune livery. Who else we got on track here? Got Type R and the Lucky Strike. Got Bar 27 in his Apex livery, of course. Always great looking liveries here. I'm doing a little drifting around here. Oh, looks like we're getting ready to go here. All right, so qualifying is going to be 6 laps here today, ladies and gentlemen. We're just waiting for the host to kick it off, and we'll get to qualifying. So qualifying is going to be essentially 10 minutes is what qualifying is. We got a McLaren on the screen. That's not the car we're using here today, but we're not going to change it now. That's the car I'm using here in a little bit. It's a beautiful looking car though. All right, we're going to get ready to do some qualifying here from the GTRC, ladies and gentlemen. So as soon as race control gives the word, we'll get out on track and go take a little peek-sees. All right, race control said the drivers are good to go for qualifying. So let's bring up all the juicy action tidbits that we all need to see. We need to see that live timing. Let's get rid of those names on top of the cars because we got the timing board up there. We don't need to see any of that stuff now. All right, so it's Doug Barrow out first on track here, it looks like, on Autopolis short here, and this is going to be a short sprint race followed up by a longer sprint race, I believe 15 and 40, I think is what it works out to. Scott coming in with that like and that share on the stream as well. Welcome in, Scott. Hope you're doing fantastic today, my guy. Our live notifications working for a change. Saying bad words, Joe. Way to go. Leo coming in with a thumbs up. Scott coming in with a triple share. Appreciate that extra support, my dude. We got TDC coming in with the heart on the stream as well. Welcome. Thank you for all the likes and the shares over on the tubes as well. That's right, we are live over on the GTRC YouTube channel here as well, ladies and gentlemen. So if you haven't gone over there to subscribe, go check them out at GTRC. That's it, nice and simple. Alright, so we're going to be doing an onboard here with Doug as soon as he comes across the start-finish line. I do not have any fancy corner names for you guys here today, so we're just going to try to do our best to give you where these drivers need to be. We're braking right at this orange mark right here. You can see him jamming on the brakes. It's a bit of a blind entry here. You just got to really rely on visual markers. You got to be patient on exit. You can't go very wide there, very easily get in the grass. And here you're straight lining as much of that corner as you can until you have to come into the curb. At the curbing, on the brakes, down into third, maybe second gear, depending on their setup here. And it's just throttle control around this whole middle sector. You're just going straight in big, hard, hairpin looping corners, setting up for this right-hand 180 here. This one's important. You want a big exit to go as far wide as you can so you can straight line this kink and get set up for this very high-speed sweeping left-hander. It's an uphill sector here, but you got to be careful again. Throttle control is very important here. You can sweep wide very easily. You got to stay over on the right-hand side around here and then slowly move over to the left penalty serving zone. We're braking right in between these two arrows here, and we're getting ready to do a S downhill sector. Doug getting a little bit wide there coming in, and then we're just going to cut this curve a little bit, and it is a hard run up to the start-finish line from there. So very short laps here. And it's a minute 12 from Doug here. Let's see what bar 27 has as he comes around. It's going to be good enough for second place. Snow's just going to come through, not take any position. Type R is going to move up into third. Pigums is going to go up into third as well. Esports Matthew coming through here. Let's see what he's got. It's good enough for second place. We got Oliver coming through next. It's going to be seventh. Puzzlement coming through. What's she got here? And it's good enough for 8th for the time being. Super's coming through. It's going to be good enough for 5th place. Let's see what Mike 1972 here, Mike Mates, aka, has as he comes around here for his first official flying lap. And it's good enough for 3rd place there, so that was a good lap from Mike. So it is a Doug Barrow still in pole position. He's got 5 hot laps remaining. Ooh, alright, so let's see. Some of these drivers are carrying extra weight. Doug is one of those drivers carrying extra weight here today. He is second, I believe, overall in the standing, so he's carrying the second most amount of weight in this car starting today's race. Esports Matthew here in second place. He has no extra weight added. Mike as well, same thing. He's running at factory weight. Bar 27 is also running at normal weight. Pigums is carrying the most weight as he's leading the championship series here right now, so he's the heaviest car on the racetrack right now. Super's carrying some additional weight here as well, just over 1,000 kilograms right now. Oliver here is not carrying any extra weight, so he's running at factory setting or the tune settings. And Puzzlement also not carrying any extra weight here currently. So let's see what Esports Matthew now on pole position. That puts Doug into second place. Pigums moves himself up into third. Mike drops down into fourth there. We got Bars just come through. Type Bars just come through. Snoz has just come through. We got Super coming through right now. Not going to move him up any positions here. Puzzlement is down into 9th position. We got Oliver here in 10th place. So he had to do a little bit of fixing on that race car here before qualifying started, as tech didn't allow that car through, so he had to make those adjustments before race control tech was going to let him get on track. All right, let's keep going. It is Esports Matthew here. He's proven to be a very worthy opponent here, coming in late into the season, but still early enough in the season to move his way up the standings here. So it's going to be interesting to see how well he does for the remainder of each season here that he's entered in. We got Doug again in second place, getting it a little bit wide there, and that's again, we said you got to be careful coming out of the corners here. It's very easy to go wide on throttle, and he doesn't find that improvement. It's a 112.3 right now is our pole lap. Where's Piggums here? Piggums is just coming through, and he's got, I'm not sure who was up in front of him there. I think it was Type R up in front of him, and he doesn't make that improvement on that lap. So we're not, it was Type R we seen just in front of Piggums there. He's currently sitting in 6th. He's got Snozzer just up in front here. He's in the valve lane. Yeah, I think Puzzlement wins delivery of the day. There's some doozies on the racetrack, do not get me wrong, but I think Puzzlement's got delivery of the day right there, without a question of a doubt. That's a doozy of delivery. So it looks like Piggums was just getting out of the way of a couple of the drivers on a flying lap there. The Piggums livery is very well done as well. All the liveries are very well done. Yeah, this is very well done. Mike 1972 here, sitting in 5th. Let's see if we can find that driver coming up into the final set of corners right now, and it is Doug coming up into that point here right now, and then who's he followed behind by? I think it's Bar. Yep. Alright, see if Doug finds any more time. He does not. We're going to jump on with Bar 27 here, and then it's going to be Snozzer to come through next with Type R right in behind him. No changes there. We got Piggums coming through. Type R jumps up into 4th. I apologize, there was a change there. Does not improve either. Who is next? We're missing a couple going across the start-finish line there, but we're going to jump on with Mike here, a 6th place driver. Has a Royal Bank of Scotland livery on this car as he's coming through there. Looked like a pretty nice, neat, tidy final sector there, so let's see how he goes. It's going to be a 113.4, so not quite his best lap here. We got Super coming through next. Let's see if he finds an improvement. He does not. We got Oliver midway through the track here. We got Puzzlement also midway through the track, so it looks like it's going to be Doug here again, our next driver to come through the start-finish line, and this is going to be his second last lap or his final lap. I'm not sure. I don't know if the 6 counts the out lap or not. I should know this, but I don't. Been a little out of touch lately. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake under braking again, coming downhill into this S sector at the end of the lap here, and that's definitely costing him some time on his lap here. It's 13.3 as he comes around there. Where's Bar? There's Bar coming through there. Does not improve there. Type R does not improve here. Let's see if Piggums comes through with an improvement this time around. He does not. And that is going to be it here as we got drivers starting to pull it over on the straight there. So we're going to stick with Mike here as he's going to be our next driver through. I think that's Puzzlement just up in front there as well. He didn't quite get all the exit there that time around, and it was a 113.2, so pretty good lap there. We got Super coming through here next. Ooh, and there we go. That was a improvement there at 13 flat. It's going to be good enough for 8th place there, and I think that's it. I think that is all our drivers. So it's going to be Esports Matthew sitting in pole position. It's going to be Doug sitting in 2nd place. It's going to be Piggums here in 3rd position. Type R in 4th. It's going to be Bar 27 here in 5th. It's going to be Mike 1972 in 6th. Snozzer in 7th. It's going to be Supra here in 8th. It's going to be Oliver in 9th place. And Puzzlement rounding out the field here in 10th. And the cameraman cannot see through the trees apparently, so let's change up the view. Get a good look at that 10th place driver's car here from the cockpit of our pole sitter. Esports Matthew here has well, let's take a little look around here. Let's have a little peek here. Get a couple little bucket seats up in the back there. Looks pretty mini-ish. Oh, there's a fine line of how much down we can look before we lose our visual. Hey, the cameraman's not lost anymore. There we go. Alright, so we should be racing here in about another minute's time, give or take here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a normal routine here from the Gran Turismo racing community. They don't use the qualifying in-game lobby settings. For some reason, it just seems to plague them with issues. So they do qualifying a little bit different than we see in most of the leagues now with that in-game qualifying setting. And drivers will start this thing off when they're ready to go. Super is not going to have any tires left underneath his Mini by the time he's done having fun around the racetrack. Alright, it's race time, ladies and gentlemen. So, all 10 drivers are lined up on our starting grid. It's going to be started off here with Esports Matthew up in pole position, Doug in second, Pickup in third, Type R in fourth, Bar 27 in fifth, Mike in sixth, Snozzer in seventh, Supra in eighth. It's Oliver in ninth, and Puzzleman here rounding out the field. So let's jump on board with Esports Matthew as we're waiting for the green, and we're green, and we are racing. Kick them tires, light them fires. We're mini racing, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, here we go. 10 Mini Coopers barreling down. Autopolis short here, and they're jockeying for position very early on. 3 wide, 2 deep in the backfield here as the Esports Matthew gets a nice, tidy, clean run out of the race start here, and everybody else in the backpack is just going to sort themselves out here. So we're 6 cars deep, all jockeying for 4th to 10th place here, led by Bar 27. He's going to get through the corner here first, and Type R is going to settle in 5th place in behind. We're still sorting each other out here in the backfield. We got Mike and the Super battling out for 6th and 7th place here, and now we got Oliver taking a look here as he's on the outside coming around the corner, and can he hold it out there? He is definitely doing a good job at staying side by side right there as Action Jackson and Puzzleman settle in there in 9th and 10th place, and he's finally going to settle in line here in 8th place, but he opens it up there a little bit. Snozzer takes a look and just can't quite get the job done. So here we go. The drivers are starting to settle into our short little race here today, and I believe this is 10 minutes, this first one. So there's no tire, no fuel, I think. I could be wrong. It looks like those tires might be scrubbing slightly. But we are full sending here, so it is Esports Matthew in the lead. Is Doug in second, is Piggins in third, is Bar 27 in fourth, is Type R in fifth, Mike in sixth, Super in seventh, Oliver in eighth. We got Action Jackson going up the inside here as we come across the start-finish line, looking to grab a position, and ooh, almost gets a twofer there as he went up the inside of Super there and just backed out a little bit there as well, but he does get the job done on Oliver and moves himself up into 8th position here. So now Puzzleman in 10th place, chasing Oliver there in 9th position. Back up and through the front of the pack here. Let's see what's going on. We got Esports Matthew starting to open up a little bit of a gap here, almost 3/4 of a second right now on the field in behind, and that is Doug and Piggums. So our championship leaders here very close in behind Esports Matthew. We got Bar 27 here in 4th place. We've got Type R very close behind here in 5th, and he has Mike closing in here in this blue and white and black car as well. So Super in 7th place, and these guys are battling, and gals are battling quite hard back here right now for these 4th positions at the moment. We got Super in 7th place, we got Snozzer here in 8th, we've got Oliver in 9th place, and we got Puzzlement there just in behind in 10th. We were almost 3 wide coming out of the first part of this S sector here, and it is nose to tail battling up in this mid pack here right now. We're going to see aka Action Jackson now pull out here up in 8th place, and he's going to try and get the job done here on Supra for 7th position. He already has the position, but can he hold it through the corner now? Gets a nice tight little racing line through there, and are we going to see a cutback come from Supra? Indeed we are. We got Bar 27 off track and fall all the way to the back there, and it's still a side-by-side battle here between Supra and Snozzer, and this is going to be tough to hold it out here, but Snozzer has the lead position there, and he's going to settle in front of the line, and he is moving up the pack very efficiently here now up into 6th place. Puzzlement are sitting there chasing in 9th place. There's Oliver Smalley closes up on that battle there in 8th, and Bar 27 there making a mistake, finding himself now in the back of the pack from 4th place here. So untimely mistake there from bar 27. It's Esports Matthew still leading. The lead is slowly getting cut into here by Doug and Piggums in 2nd and 3rd place here as they're coming around. And it seems like Doug is still struggling coming into the entry of this final chicane here. And Piggums really closing up on the back hatch of that Mini Cooper here. We got Mike now all the way up into 4th place here and moving very, very efficiently through the racetrack as well. He's gotten around Type R. Type R's here now in 5th position. We got Supra here in 6th. He's re-engaging this battle here with Action Jackson, and is going to get the position coming into turn number 1 here as they come in. It's going to be Snozzer now settling in. No, Snozzer's going to take it over on the outside there. He really sends it deep there, and I think there's a little tire-to-tire contact there, and he's actually going to cost him a position as Oliver now grabs the spot on Snozzer there as well, and now Oliver moves up into 7th place. Snozzer goes all the way down from 6th to 8th place in that little exchange of battling right there, and there's some healthy battling in the backpack here. Puzzlement in 9th place and bar 27 trying to close in here in 10th position. But it's still Esports Matthew leading the charge here as we head around the racetrack, and looking solid, still opening the gap up a little bit here this last time around. Has almost got a second now on Doug Burrow there in 2nd place, and Piggums here in 3rd position. We got Mike here in 4th, we got Type R in 5th, we got Supra here in 6th, we got Oliver in 7th, and he's starting to break free a little bit from Snozzer. Got Supra going defensive there, and Oliver almost opens the door for Snozzer to drive right through. Nice tight corner there from Snozzer, and he's going to close up on Oliver Smalley here as they go up the straight. And is he going to look up the inside here? Absolutely. He's going to go back and try to get P7 away from Oliver here, and he has the position, I think, now as they're running up in turn 1. He does get the job done heading into turn 1, slots right back into line, and now the new target again here being Supra, but he goes wide, and Oliver is going to counter back here going up the inside, and Oliver's going to take the position right back from Action Jackson here. And boy, oh boy, what a healthy hard battle this driver's having here, just missing his braking point, going too deep, and gives the position right back. So now he's got to re-engage the battle all over again. Puzzlement and bar 27 here in 9th and 10th place, now closing up on that fight as well. Still Esports Matthew here. He's leading the way. He's got it just over a second there. It was just briefly as he's coming around the racetrack, and he's looking very strong here in the lead right now. We got Doug in 2nd and Piggums here in 3rd place, and you may have to start to think that that extra weight these drivers are carrying may be hurting their charge towards the race leader right now. We have Mike here in 4th position as he's coming around, and it's 3.2 seconds to the top 3 drivers here right now. Type R is still right there, 1.2 seconds in behind, looking very comfortable. Super starting to push here a little bit. The gap is 2.3, and he's got Oliver now in the clear here in 7th position as they roll up the track. We have lost a driver here. No, we have not. My mistake. We have Snozzer here in 8th place. We got Puzzlement in 9th, and she's right there in the slipstream, just in behind. And we got bar 27, much of the same thing, starting to close back in here. And he gets a good run out of turn 1 there. And let's see if he goes for a move heading into the midfield sector here. He is side by side with Puzzlement right now. And are we going to see a battle just up in front there with Snozzer and Oliver as well? Not yet. And bar 27 does get the job done there on Puzzlement heading into the midfield sector. He is going to move up into 9th place with that nice, neat, tidy pass right there. So it's Esports Matthew still leading the charge. 1.2 seconds now to start the drive away here. Piggums and Doug Burrow battling it out for 2nd and 3rd place here in this race. I believe we got 3 minutes remaining in the race here. It's going to be Mike here in 4th place. It's Type R in 5th. It's Supra here in 6th. It's Oliver in 7th. It's Action Jackson here in 8th place. Still right there looking for an opportunity to re-engage that fight again. He gets a great exit through there again. And Puzzlement is starting to close back in on bar 27 a little bit there. So 1.2 seconds is that gap, and it seems to be maintaining here right now. And Doug and Piggums are just nose to tail, being very patient here right now. Ooh, Doug makes a big mistake right there, a big wiggle. That's going to allow Piggums just to close up a little bit tighter now on Doug. And it is pretty much nose to tail, almost pushing each other to nose to tail at this point here as they come around the corner. You can see a little bit of wheel slide there from Piggums as he was entering into the infield section here. And he's just not letting Doug go anywhere, giving him absolutely no room to work with here. We got Mike in 4th place, and Type R is closing. It's a .688 there, and he was 1.2 seconds down. Super's losing just a little bit of time on those drivers up in front right now. It's Snozzer around Oliver Smalley here. So Snozzer has finally gotten the job done, moving himself back up into 7th place here And Oliver dropping down into 8th place. Bar 27's closing in on this fight here, 4/10 of a second. Basically 2 Mini Coopers worth that distance between these two right now. And looking to re-engage himself, but Schnauzer is finding himself having to defend here once again from Oliver as we head into this corner. So Schnauzer's been doing a great job of really tightening up on that entry into that first chicane there, but Oliver gets a huge run, almost pushing him around the second part of the chicane there, and he's going to get tucked into that slipstream here, but Schnauzer gets a better long overall run there out of the corner, which was a little interesting to see there. Maybe a little lift on the throttle to keep that car square coming out of the corner from Oliver, causing a little momentum there, but Bar 27 is still right on the back of this fight here as well. And as we say that, he's going to take a look up the inside here going into the mid-sector as well, and nope, he's not going to get it done. Oliver's going to close the door, goes in a little deeper under the braking power there, and gets that extra half a car length he needs to shut the door there on Bar 27. Alright, let's go see what's happening here. We got 2 seconds up front. We got Doug and Piggums here still nose to tail basically in second and third place. 1.5 Mini Coopers separating those two cars right now, but Mike is closing in a little bit here. 3.1 seconds now is that gap, and Type R is right there in behind him, coming along for the ride, only 1 second in behind as well. Super's been trying to close up here. He just had a penalty right there. You can see he just finished serving that penalty, and that's going to bring this whole pack of cars big time in. We see a mistake made there by Oliver. He gathers it back up underneath of him there. Bar can't take advantage of it, unfortunately, but that does give Snows just a little bit of breathing room here to try and get away from that battle with Oliver, and hopefully now he's hoping that Bar's going to re-engage us in this battle here and slow him down, but Bar doesn't look too interested right currently here. This is obviously a 15-minute race because we're at the 10-minute mark here. I lost my train of thought, so yeah, we'll just keep going here. Esports Matthew in the lead. We got Pickums and Doug side by side here as we head in, and one of our drivers coming in a little bit late here, so he'll be able to get back into race 2, I believe. So we'll have 11 on track there for race 2. But it is Doug Burrow here in second place. Pickums was giving him the business a little bit there, but Doug managing to hold the position for the time being. Mike is still right there, 3.1 seconds in behind. Type R still a second in behind. Super here has lost more time to those drivers, and here we go with that penalty. You can see why. Now Snows are looking to grab P6 back from Supra here. We got Oliver taking a look now, and this is a very healthy battle heading into the final corner here. Oh, a little bit of contact there as they're battling for racing room there. And oof, this is some elbows out racing coming up the start-finish line here right now between these 4 drivers, and you can see Bar 27 is just settled in behind here right now, just watching the show, waiting to see if something's going to happen. He's not in a bad position there. If something does happen between those 2 drivers, he can ideally react and get through both if there were something to happen. That is not saying something will, but we got Oliver here in 8th, we got Bar in 9th, we got Puzzlement right there in 10th place, just in behind there. Esports Matthew making a mistake there, and it's still Piggums and Doug here cruising right now as they are nose to tail here around this racetrack. We've got Mike here in 4th place, we got Type R in 5th, we got Super here in 6th place, we got Schnauzer in 7th, we got Oliver in 8th, and we got Bar 27 in 9th, and it's just nose to tail. Everybody assessing where the next attempted battle is going to be, where they're going to try and make the next move. So oof, we had a little lag right there as Oliver was doing some funny sideways driving in that car. And is he going to take a look up? Schnauzer here coming into the corner. He's going to definitely take a look for that inside line, and there is some lag there. That driver coming in and leaving the lobby unsettled the lobby for sure there. Alright, Bar 27 here in 9th place. We got Puzzlement here in 10th position, and hopefully it stabilizes here a little bit. Got Matthew still in the lead of this race here, and it's still Doug and Piggums in 2nd and 3rd place here. We're going to sit on this just for a minute. I know there's a huge battle in the back half of the racetrack here right now, but it's only a matter of time before this battle kicks off here between these 2 drivers as well. And Doug's doing a great job at parking that Mini everywhere he needs to park it right now, but Piggums is just pushing him around these corners at the moment. You can see little love taps coming from Piggum's in behind as he closes right on the back door of that Mini Cooper, and you can see a much tighter line from Piggum's there, and he might get a run here. We might see side by side here. Nope, Piggum's decides just to settle back in there, and this is a tough sector to go side by side through, so Piggum's looking for some clean air here, and let's see if he tries to get a run here on Doug. He goes really late under braking here, and he still can't quite get it around Doug here. Doug's going to take all of that chicane and a little extra there, and here we go. It is slipstream battle. Piggums isn't sure if he's going to try and pass, if he's going to sit in behind. With 1.5 minutes remaining, we'll see one more lap next time around here, and we got a good healthy battle right now here in second and third place. Piggums is starting to assess and take a look and starting to put the pressure. He's starting to poke his nose in where he can, and Doug just isn't biting at the moment. We still have Super in 6th place. We got Schnauzer in 7th. Barr's now gotten around Oliver here. He's up into 8th position here, and it looks like that battle just happened a few corners ago. We got Oliver down to 9th. The Puzzlement still hanging in tough right there in 10th place, just off the back of that pack. See Sports Matthew in the lead here. Unless something happens to him, that's a good race win for him here. But boy, this battle here is intensifying between 2nd and 3rd place right now. Mike is just off in the background there too, as well as we're coming around the corners there. Ooh, Piggum's taking a very wide line there. I'm not sure if that was dirty air or if that's just a different line. And a big setup run right there. He gets a really big run on the back end of Doug's car there coming through that corner, and here we go. When you're in dirty air, you got to drive from different racing lines, and that's exactly what Piggums is doing here right now. Doug gets a really good exit out of that corner there, and it's not going to happen this time around, so Piggums has one more lap to go here. And I'm not sure what that is about. Are we on an endurance race here? I think I'm missing the memo here, chat. I don't know. We got drivers making pit stops. I really didn't think that. I thought this was a short race. I am way confused. What is going on here? Alrighty, Sports Matthew coming into pit lane. I don't know what's going on here, to be honest, chat. I am way confused. So we're just gonna go with it. I don't know what else to say. We have Mike now in the lead of this race. We got Type R here in 2nd place. We got Bar 27 in 3rd position. We got Esports Matthew here coming out of pit lane now. Just coming out in 5th place as Puzzlement goes by. We got Doug here in 6th place. We got Piggums coming out in 7th position. We got Schnauzer here in 8th. We got Super in 9th. And we got Oliver here in 10th. So pit stops being made. Yeah. So that puts Mike in the lead of this race. Type R in 2nd place. We got Bar 27 here back up into 3rd place now. We got Puzzlement and 4th. We got Esports Matthew looking up the inside there, and he gets the job done around Puzzlement there, and that's going to move him back up into 4th place. We got Doug here in 6th. Piggums in 7th. We got Super here in 8th. We got Schnauzer in 9th. And Oliver there in 10th position here right now. Oh, a little bit of a battle there between Supra and Schnauzer. And Supra's going to hold the position for the time being here. So now we've got our race leaders coming into pit lane. We got Mike and Type R coming into pit lane. Bar's coming into pit lane. It's going to give Esports Matthew the lead of the race back here. We got Doug coming around, Puzzlement coming into pit lane, so that'll give Piggums 3rd place position back here as well as he comes through. And somebody's coming out of pit lane up in front of Piggums there, and it's Mike, and Mike's on an overcut, almost getting him ahead of Piggums there. So interesting strategies going on the racetrack here. This big group, backpack group, is all just tucked right back in together here again. So And they're fueling up that car puzzlement right now. But it is Esports Matthew, and it's only 3.5 second gap over Dugborough right now, but he's got 4 seconds over Piggums. Piggums has got some pressure from Mike here immediately and behind. Half a second is the distance between these two, as Piggums pit a lap before Mike did, so basically 1 lap fresher tires on Mike's Mini at the time for the time being. Type R here in 5th place with Supra in 6th, and Snozzer here in 7th position, and he's still trying to get around Supra there, and very equally paced drivers. These two are very clearly, as this has been a pretty race-long battle between these two, back and forth here, with a couple of hiccups from Snozzer in between. Bar 27 here in 8th place, with Oliver very close behind chasing, and Puzzleman here, it comes out 13 seconds in behind, so different strategy coming from this driver perhaps. Alright, so it's a 1:11.971 being fastest lap around the racetrack right now, and that was just set by Esport Matthew last time around. So as these drivers have emptied their fuel tanks a little bit, are getting faster times around the racetrack here. We have Doug in 2nd place, we got Biggums here in 3rd, Mike still very close behind here in 4th place, only half a second separating the two drivers here still right now. We got Type R here in 5th, we got Super here in 6th, we got Snozzer in 7th, we got Oliver in 8th, we got Bar 27 here down into 9th place, losing a position here to Oliver in the last couple of corners, and Puzzlement there in 10th position. So 13 seconds is that gap, so you should close it up here. She's playing a long game strategy here too as well, so I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work out for her. Alright, so nothing doing up front here right now. I mean, the Type R is right there. We'll sit with this here for a minute. Let's jump on board with Mike Page. Sorry, not Type R, Mike Page here. As, well, this is what it looks like to be half a second behind each other in Mini Coopers on the racetrack. So let's just, while we're sitting on board here, we're going to take a little peek over at the YouTube channels, check in. Thanks, Hair Razor, appreciate you. 30-minute sprint and then a 20-minute sprint afterwards. Got it. I'm so confused. Yeah, I'm not sure why I was so confused there. Alright, so Mike's closing up really good there, under braking on Piggums. As you can see, Piggums choosing to go a little bit early on the brakes, and Mike just choosing to kind of coast in, but Piggums gets a really good exit coming out of the corner. You can see him gain that time back on Mike here. So a couple of different driving styles going into that final sector. And that's what's creating that consistent 4/10 of a second gap right now between these two drivers. Type R is kind of in no man's land here right now. He's 7.5 seconds in behind that 3rd and 4th place group, and he's got about 3.2 seconds on the group chasing him behind of Super and Snozzer. So good opportunity for him just to put in some quality laps here right now. We got Snozzer's only half a second in behind Super here right now as well. So again, you know, just middle part of the race, the drivers are kind of chilling, taking it easy here. We got Oliver there in 9th place. We got Puzzlement there in 10th position. It took a lot of fuel for only having 8 minutes remaining in the race here. I thought we were seeing a longer race. Maybe that's why I seen a full tank of gas come out of that driver, but not sure why there. Alright, Esports Matthew, 4.3 seconds. This is still very close there between these two. We got Doug 4.2 seconds up the road right now. We got Piggums and Mike 1972 here, very close together. Still 0.3 of a second now the gap, so it's getting a little bit tighter and a little bit tighter here now. So potentially Mike taking a look for a spot to try and get around Piggums here, as he's maybe just sitting in behind and assessing that driver at the moment. We have Type R here in 5th place. We got Supra in 6th. He's opened up the gap a little tiny bit there on Snozzer, but he makes it a really wide entry, and that's going to allow all that gap to be closed back up here. I mean, you can see that went down from 7/10 to just about side by side here, coming out of that corner. So we are side by side as we come into the mid sector here, and that's going to give Snozzer the inside line coming in through the next set of corners. And are we going to see a response here from Supra? Unable to put his nose anywhere in there to respond, and we're just heading around the hairpin, but he does get a nose inside of Snozzer there. But again, he's going to have the inside coming into the next corner here, so that is definitely the ideal line around this sweeping corner to maximize your throttle and get the better exit out of here. And you can see Supra just can't quite get the power down the same as Snozzer here, and Barr took a look there as he's just going to pick a line here. I wasn't sure if he was going to make that 3 wide coming into this final corner here or not. Oh, and a hard move over there by Supra in front of Bar 27, and we're still side by side as they're coming around the racetrack here. This is a great battle right now between Snozzer and Supra and Bar 27, and Snozzer gets the job done as we come out of the final corner heading up to the start finish line. He comes across in 6th place there, but that was a hard fought 6th place battle right there between those 3 drivers. Supra's not done fighting yet though, and Bar 27 now taking a look up into the inside of turn 1 here, and Supra covers it off quite well, but again a wide exit coming out of that corner there, and that just allows Bar 27 to close in on him here. So feeling the heat right now from the group in behind. Bar 27 up the inside, but he's putting himself in the outside position around the next corner here. You can see if he can set himself up for this right-hand hairpin, and he's just got position there on the inside of Supra there, so he does set himself up for it, but oh, sweeps out wide, makes a little bit of contact. Oliver's going to take advantage of that, say thank you very much. He's going to drive through and grab a free position, and that puts Supra down into 9th place there. So Puzzleman here in 10th position, making a little mistake there, got a little wiggle there, but does a great job to keep the car underneath where Esports Matthew's driving away with this race here right now. As Doug Burrow in 2nd position, we got Piggums here in 3rd, and he's slightly closing in on 2nd place driver up in front. We have Mike here, who's lost just a couple of tenths off the backside of Piggums that time around. We got Type R here, and he is losing pace with that front group here very, very quickly around the racetrack, but still managing to stay ahead of this very furious battle in behind him. That's now led by Snozzer here in 6th place. He's got a small gap on Bar 27, so Bar 27 has managed to get around Oliver here. Now Bar 27 is starting to put some pressure on Snozzer here as well. And ooh, look at that, a great cutback move coming out of the exit of turn 1 right there, and that's going to give him the position. He's going to move himself up into 6th place here, and 3.2 seconds up the road is Type R. So the more they continue to battle, the less chance they have of grabbing a P5 position here. But boy, oh boy, it's definitely a healthy battle here in the back half of this racing group right now. And now that battle is led by Bar 27, but Snozzer is like, we are not done fighting here yet, my friend, and he's going to have to tuck back in the line. He had position there for a second, but Bar 27 got the better run there, and he's going to hold off the charge to Snozzer for the time being. Oliver now back on this fight here as well, and it is just positions changing here corner by corner right now in these group 4 cars. They are fighting very, very hard, and Oliver's going to take a look up the inside, but he blows a corner. Jackson's going to come back through with a beautiful little switcheroo right there, and he's going to take the spot back away from Oliver there. So a big, big move there by Oliver, but he couldn't hold the exit, and that just allowed the door to open right back up for Oliver to drive right back up the inside. And a healthy battling happening right here between these drivers. Some great stuff. We got Super here at 9th place, Puzzleman here in 10th position. She's giving it right now on the racetrack. Whew. Some good Mini Cooper racing going on here right now. As Esports Matthew though in the lead, 4.8 seconds. Doug's dipped into it just slightly. 3.6 seconds in behind is Biggums, and Mike is still right there in behind right now. So nothing doing quite yet there, but I do suspect we're going to see a battle for that final podium position at some point before the end of this race. 3 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. It's going to be soon. Snozzer here in 6th place, Oliver in 7th. We got Super in 8th, and now Barr's down into 9th place. So he's made a mistake, and he's lost 3 positions because of it. Now he's got to try and find his way back up through the field here, and he's running out of time. 10th place here, Puzzlement, and hard scrap, and that's what's going to happen. Drivers are going to make mistakes, that's for sure. So it is Esports Matthew here in the lead of this first race. Doug Burrow here in 2nd. He is closing in 4.1 seconds now is that gap. Biggums here 3.3. So all the drivers starting to hit the loud pedal here now. Got Mike in 4th place. We got Type R here in 5th. We got Snozzer, Oliver, Supra, and Bar 27 all basically nose to tail here coming around. With basically one more to go next time around here, I think. maybe 2. We'll have to wait and see where the leaders cross. Oliver's in 7th for the time being here. We got Super in 8th currently, Bar in 9th, Puzzlement here in 10th place. Esports Matthew looking solid here in the lead. We got Doug in 2nd position. And Piggums here in 3rd place. Mike right there putting the pressure on. Piggums is in a tough spot. He's trying to reel Doug in, but he also needs to be very worried about this driver in behind now with the clock starting to run down on the racetrack here. Got Type R in 5th place, and this is just closing up and tightening up so much here. We got Snauzer still in 6th for the time being. We got Oliver currently in 7th. We've got Super currently in 8th, and you see Bar making a charge here in behind there in 9th place right now. And Puzzlement there in 10th place. Alright, where do they cross the line here? I'm going to see 2 to go. So, 2 to go, including this lap here. Next time around will be our white flag lap. It's going to be Doug here in 2nd place. It's going to be Mike here in 3rd. Piggums now in 4th place, and Mike has got the job done here. And he's going to take that final podium position away, but he makes that mistake on the exit of turn 1 and 2. And Piggums is going to tuck himself up the inside here, coming into the mid-sector. We're side by side. And Piggums is going to get the job done here. And it looks like Mike's just going to set up for another charge here at Piggums near the end of the lap there. He didn't really fight that too much right there with Piggums. And Piggums takes back over 3rd place here for the time being. Alright, nothing has changed currently here in this pack. Super taking a look up there. He doesn't have the room to get inside of Oliver. Maybe just looking for some clean racing air there. Maybe playing a little bit of mind games with that driver. Super has Bar 27 all over him here right now. And a mistake made by Oliver there. That's going to allow Bar and Super both to close up here. So how much do they want to battle with each other right now if that driver just made a little mistake like that up in front? And it is Esports Matthew here, and I think this driver might be fuel saving here, because you can see Doug is on the charge here. He didn't calculate that fuel well enough, and he may lose the race lead here to Doug Barrow, and he may even lose podium here before the end of this race right now. He is on a sliver of fuel here as we come around the racetrack. We're definitely going to have to stick with this right now. We want to catch what's happening back here, but at the moment here we have a situation developing with our race leader, and he is running out of fuel here. He is definitely in fuel saving mode. I kind of suspected so. Doug's going to take the race lead over here as he gets around, and there is just nothing that Matthew can do about this right now as he came out and it's just a little light on fuel, and he may very well be running out. You can see Piggums and Mike closing the door real quick here. Oh, was that lag or was that contact? I think that was just lag right there. That we just seen, and another lag spike here in the lobby. We got Snauzer here in 6th, we got Super in 7th, we got Oliver in 8th, we got Bar in 9th, we got Puzzlement coming across the line there in 10th place. Doug Burrow's now got the lead of this race. Esports Matthew's doing everything he can here to hold off the charge of Piggums and Mike in behind right now. They have the fuel. Type R here in 5th, and oh wow, Type R, it is so fortunate that this is not bearing down on him right now, but it is going to be Doug Barrow here to take the race win. Esports Matthew is just going to hang on to 2nd, Piggums in 3rd, Mike in 4th place. Type R here is going to be in 5th. He just did enough just to get across that line and maintain a podium position. They're very fortunate for Matthew as he made a calculation error in pit lane there. Type R is going to come through. It's going to be a solid 5th place finish here for him in the race number 1. Snauzer is going to hold on 6th place charge from Supra. Oliver and Bar 27 there in 8th and 9th place side by side, and Puzzlement in 10th place. And that is race number 1 right there, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, doggy. LOL, Mist just found out who her fellow admin is. Oh, Miss D just found out. I was so confused. So it is a race win there from Doug Burrow. So it is Doug Burrow there with the win. Esports Matthew in 2nd. It's going to be Piggums in 3rd. Mike in 4th. Type R in 5th. Snauzer in 6th. Super in 7th. Oliver in 8th. It's going to be Bar 27 in 9th. And Puzzlement there in 10th position. Fastest lap belongs to Esports Matthew here in race number 1. So if we can save the replay, we got to be getting close to being out of room by now. Alright. Replay saved. Alright. See, it says Action Jackson is sexy right there. I'm not making things up here. As long as she accepts the friend request. Alright, Oliver has left the room. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe he's just resetting something. Maybe he's changing some oil. I'm not sure what he's up to, but we're going with it here. Alright, so we will see a lobby reset. I guess that'll be our first clue that we're getting close to race time. And it's a 20-minute race for race number 2. So now that we've had that verified, ladies and gentlemen, my apologies for not being in the loop. That's my fault, but I just got very confused with what was going on there. Alright, so race 1 was a required pit stop. Race 2 is not a required pit stop, so we should just see these drivers full send it all race long. However, I believe there is fuel and tire wear in that race as well, so that still does need to be a concern on these drivers' minds, as I'm sure one or the other, if not both, will be an issue after 20 minutes of racing. Fantastic battle. Love these minis. It is. They produce such great racing, don't they, Hairzor? GG starts second this next race. Bad luck for Matthews. Oh, hey, you know, miscalculate your fuel. That's the way it goes, though. That's the way it goes. Alright, well, race number 1 was a doozy. I can't wait till we can get 16 of the, or 15 of these cars on the track. I guess we can't get 16 because the commentator takes up a spot in the lobby, but 15 of these cars up on the track. Ooh, some dooziness. Right, we did have some spiking in the lobby, so we do ask drivers that are watching, if you're in the community, just don't pop into the lobby and then bounce out of the lobby, please. This is league racing situation, and it does unstabilize the lobby, so, yeah. If you're not here to race, stay out of the lobby, please, basically. We appreciate y'all, we do, but gotta take a look. You gotta read those titles when you're looking for your lobbies. Alright, we did have Lone Ghost come in. He is a registered driver in the series. I assumed he was popping in to race for race number 2 here, but guess we'll wait and see. Ah, see? I was right. Lone Ghost is back up in the house to come do some racing here in race number 2. So missing out on race number 1, which is unfortunate there, but he is going to get in for race number 2 here, and that's points earned, man. It definitely counts. So I have 11 of our Mini Cooper drivers here on track in race number 2 here, and that is what we like to see here at the GTRC, the Gran Turismo Racing Community. Watch out for when I'm back, says Hair Razor. That's right, you're not here today. It just clicked now. Oh my goodness. Alright. Got the nice green and black livery rocking and rolling here on Lone Ghost car right now. Just waiting for Oliver to check in so Doug can set the grid up. Hey, holidays, facts, brother. Hope you're enjoying the said holidays too. Mr. Lone Ghost, welcome in, my dude. Alright, so the lobby has been reset. Race control is giving instructions out to the drivers for everybody to get out on the racing surface. Good race, good luck drivers. Hey, 20 minutes here this time around. No required pit stop, so it should just be a full send style race here. But I do believe our tires and fuel are turned on here. Well, let's go take a look for ourselves. We can do that. Alright, so it is custom weather, late morning, 5 times variable, grid start, false start check, 3 times tire, and 2 times tire with 3 times fuel. And it is racing sauce only. Yeah. Alright. We got ourselves some drivers up on track here. Alright, getting ready to rock and or roll. Rolling. Alright. Just gonna take a look at something here for a second. Alright. Just adjusting some filters here. Alright, so as soon as that grid is set up, we will rock and or roll. Alright, just making a little adjustment there, ladies and gentlemen. Carl Thomas coming in with the thumbs up on the stream as well. Hope you're doing fantastic. Nice racing out there, my guy. That was definitely a good one. Alright, just waiting for the grid to get set up. 3 minutes. 3 minutes? 3 minutes start. I appreciate you, Razor. Appreciate you as always, my dude. Carl Thomas coming in with the heart on the stream, changing it from a like to a heart. Even better. My guy. Appreciate you. We do appreciate everybody. If you haven't liked or shared the stream out yet today, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just new tuning in, if you wouldn't mind doing so, that'd be fantastic. Just a couple little free button clicks to help us grow. And if you're new and you like the content, don't forget that follow or that sub button over on the YouTube or Facebook channel, whichever it is your preferred platform is to view from. And you'll never miss another racing moment action here from GTRC. Every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we are live with the Gran Turismo racing community, unless it's in between seasons. Alright. We're just keeping caught up in the know here on everything that's happening. Alright. ladies and gentlemen, we have our drivers lined up on the grid. Now we've got 11 Mini Coopers out on the racetrack here. So let's get ready for one more round of racing here. 20 minutes on the clock. No mandatory pit stops. Full send Mini Cooper racing. Let's get ready for that green flag. We got 5 reds, and it's just a matter of when the green drops. And we're green, green, green. And we're off again. Alright, so it is Lone Ghost in the lead of this race here, getting pole position. It's going to be Puzzlement sitting there in second place with Oliver in third, Bar 27 there in fourth place, and then so on and so forth, reverse grid order based off race 1 finishing. So it is Lone Ghost in first, Puzzlement in second here, and Oliver in third, Bar 27 in fourth, and very quickly that front group gets a little bit of a breakaway on the pack there, so that was a pretty good start by those 4 drivers. We got Super here in fifth. We got a nice healthy battle here in the back pack, as we always seem to. Almost 3 wide coming through this sweeper there. That's going to cost, I believe, Supra. Nope, Doug. Doug's having a little bit of elbows out racing going on in the mid-pack here as he's just trying to navigate around the racetrack. Looks like they sort themselves out there. Mike's in 6th place, Doug in 7th, Sports here in 8th position. Action Jackson giving him the business here as we're rubbing tires coming around the racetrack right now, and they're side by side. This is some tough racing right now in the back half of this race back. And here we go. He's going to lose out for the time being here to Esports Matthew. He settles back in behind. Type R's in 10th. We got Pickham's here rounding out the field in 11th place. And he's just taking it nice, cool, calm, and collected here on race 1. Pretty good strategy. Some of these drivers often a battle like the race will be over here in 3 minutes. We got Bar here in 2nd place. We got Super in 3rd. We got Doug up in the 4th place, moving up very quickly. Mike here in 5th. We've got Esports Matthew now up into 6th place from 11th position. So he's moved up half the grid here already in the first lap. And now he's trying to chase down Mike. We got Snozzer here in 7th. We got Puzzlement in 8th position. We got Piggums up 2 spots there, now up into 9th. Got Lone Ghost here in 10th. And we've got Type R in 11th place. So it is Oliver here leading the charge right now, and he's looking really, really good here. So let's see if Bar 27 has a response for him. Again, these two battled very heavily in race number 1. Doug's all the way up into podium position here now in 3rd from 10th, so moving very quickly through the field here. Got Super tucked right in behind there in 4th place. We got Mike here in 5th. We got Esports Matthew in 6th. We got Snozzer in 7th. We got Puzzlement here in 8th place. We got Piggums in 9th. We got Type R here in 10th, and we got Lone Ghost right out the field here in 11th position. So great race start there, but drivers starting to make their way through the field here as we got Oliver still in the lead of this race, starting lap 3. Bar 27 chasing in 2nd. We got a battle here between Doug and Supra heading into turn 1 here, and Supra does have this inside track. Can he get the job done here on Doug? Esports Matthew taking a look on Mike there in behind as well. Doug goes for the cutback there, but gets a little bit of a tap on Super and just unable to make that happen with that tap. Esports Matthew here in 5th place and has managed to get around Mike there as well. So Mike now up in the 6th. He's got Action Jackson starting to put pressure on him here in 7th. We got Piggums now up 1 more spot into 8th place and just slowly but surely making his way through the field here right now. Puzzlement here in 9th, Type R in 10th, and we got Lone Ghost here in 11th position. So it is Oliver leading the charge here right now in race number 1, half a second over Bar 27 here in 2nd place currently. Supra is holding down that final podium position after getting around Doug there going into turn 1. For how much longer, that's yet to be determined. Doug here in 4th place. Esports Matthew closing in here as well, and he's under fire from Mike 1972 there, as I believe there might have been a little bit of contact going into the corner there, and they sort themselves out. And it's going to be Mike there in 6th place. He's in the slipstream, and he's just going to let Esports Matthew do the work up in front there. We got Snozzer here in 7th. We've got Piggums in 8th. We got Puzzlement here in 9th position. Got Type R here in 10th, and we've got Lone Ghost here in 11th. So it is Oliver leading the charge here and doing quite a good job here as well as he continues to roll around the racetrack. All right, rocking and rolling still here. Bar 27 here in second position. We got Supra here in third. We got Doug in fourth. We got Esports Matthew in fifth. We got Mike here in sixth place. We got Snozzer here in seventh position. Pigham's here in eighth. We got Puzzlement ninth place here, doing a great job. Type R chasing 1.2 seconds in behind. Lone Ghost here in 11th, and coming in a little bit late to the race today here, but still able to get that car out on track here for race number 2. So that's fantastic. Going to grab some points up here in the second part of the event this weekend. Oliver's opening that gap up a little bit here on bar 27 now. Those going almost a full second here now from first to second place. Supra here, he's under fire right now, and he's losing time to bar 27 here as well. 1.4 seconds. The more these drivers continue to battle back here, the more of an advantage this becomes for Oliver and bar 27 up in front. But Doug here in fourth place, and Supra's doing a good job here holding off the charge from Doug Burrow for the time being. But Esports Matthew and Mike 1972 are right there in behind now as well, and very quickly this is going to start becoming a four-way battle, maybe even six, with Snozzer and Pigham's here now coming into play here as well, as Pigham's is going to take a look up and again set this corner up here. We've seen this so many times from Pigham's here already today in the race, so I'll have to see if he can get the job done here again in this sweeper. And it was a great exit there by Snozzer as well, so he's going to keep Pigham's in behind. Puzzlement here in 9th place, Type R in 10th, and Lone Ghost in 11th position. So Oliver 1.1 seconds as he comes around the final corner here on lap 5 to start lap 6, and looking very solid here so far in the racing lead. Bar 27 here in second place, and the whole pack chasing those two down right now. Doug's gotten back around Supra. He's now in third place, and now the goal is try to start to reel in those two drivers in front, but Supra's responding back coming into turn 1 here. He's going to try and take it on the outside, and that's a very bold move there, and he isn't able to get the position on Doug. Doug is going to get this move to stick. No, Supra's still going to fight him here. He's nowhere to go, as Esports Matthew is right there in behind as well. And Doug is going to hold the lead there. He goes through at a relatively decent amount of speed there and is able to hold the position off here for the time being. But this is bottling up this pack here, and this has become a five-way battle from third down through 8th place here now. And it is still being held by Doug for the time being here. Supra's working real hard at battling with Doug here right now, and all this is doing is helping wear this driver's tires down a little bit quicker. Mike here in 5th place and takes advantage of that mistake made by Esports Matthew, and behind he grabs up another position, so Esports Matthew drops down into 6th place, and he's going to pick up a penalty here, so he's going to have to serve that penalty, and that's going to cost him a position. A Snozzer there as well coming into the final corner there. Side by side with Snozzer. Snozzer has the inside line to the next kink here, and Pigham's tries to get the big run here, and we're going to go 3 wide. Nope, Pigham's is just going to give the space here while these two sort each other out, and it is Pigham side by side with Esports Matthew here as we're heading in towards turn number 1. We're going to move up a spot here into Mike 1972. There we go, that's the spot we wanted. Snozzer's car here in 6th place, as again this battle is very, very in action at the moment here between Esports Matthew, Pigham's, and Snozzer. Right now the fight between Matthew and Snozzer, and Matthew gets the job done up the inside there. Pigham's going to take a little look at the check up there a little bit as a defensive move is put in by Snozzer there, and Pigham's is just going to settle in behind here and wait for another opportunity, and there it is as he comes out of the corner here. Again, it's much of the same thing we've seen last time around. Pigham's got a good run through there, took a little bit of a different line, but this time he does have his nose up the inside of Snozzer here and just not quite able to get it done on the outside there. It's a tough move to hold on to there, and Pigham's is working it here, but still unable to find his way around Snozzer here for the time being. So let's keep running through our field here. Still Oliver Smalley here. He's almost got 2 seconds now on bar 27 there in 2nd place. Doug Burrow's closing in 1.6 seconds, and he still has Supra very close behind there, only 0.4 of a second in behind. From there, it's Mike chasing here in 5th place, and Mike has had good pace all day long. We've got Matthew here in 6th. We got Snozzer here in 7th. We got Pigham's here in 8th position. We got Type R here in 9th, with Puzzlement here in 10th place. Right in behind Type R. Looks like that battle we just missed that battle, and Lone Ghost here in 11th, and that was the fastest lap for him that time around there as well. Fastest lap on track right now is Oliver here as well with a 1:12.420. We got bar 27 here in 2nd position. He's still holding strong, but these guys in behind are really starting to close in on the 2nd place driver here. A little bit of patient nose to tail driving, and it is allowing them to hopefully close on for that battle with 2nd place is bar 27 there. And Mike in 5th place there. This group here is now a little behind, playing catch up here with Esports Matthew leading the way. Snozzer in 7th, and Pigham's here in 8th. We got Type R there in 9th position. Got Puzzlement there in 10th, and Lone Ghost here in 11th place. So some of these cars are carrying extra weight, some of these cars are not carrying extra weight. And that's what's making it interesting here. That's why I like this reverse grid format, because it does give us a chance to see some of the drivers that might not necessarily be on the podium in that longer race, just due to the usual suspects always ending up there. So we're actually going to be talking to our podium finishers from race number 2 here today, not race number 1. So we're only going to be picking the 3 drivers that finish in the top 3 here in race number 2 to talk to today. And it's in hopes that we get to talk to some different drivers week in and week out as we go through as well. So it's Oliver here in the lead, it's Bar 27 here in 2nd, it's Doug Burrow here in 3rd, it's Supra in 4th, it's Mike here in 5th, and this battle is still ongoing and not in full force motion here yet, with 10 minutes and 36 seconds left gone off the clock. We still have just a little under halfway to go here. Mike in 5th place. Piggums has found his way around Snozzer here for the time being, and now he is he's also found his way around Esports Matthew, so up 2 spots here now, and leading this front pack here, trying to chase down that next pack, a group of 3 up in front of him. We got Type R here in 9th, starting to settle into no man's land here again, with Puzzlement chasing in 10th, and Lone Ghost here in 11th place. Alright, pretty much the whole field on that start-finish line straight here right now. Is 1st to 10th place is all on the same line of racetrack at the moment. Oliver comes through corner 1 here, 3.2 seconds from Bar 27. And this group of 3 ever so slowly closing in bit by bit here on Bar 27. Doug leading the charge of that first group of 3 here in 3rd place, with Supra and Mike 1972 here nose to tail just in behind that driver, as well as they come in through the mid-sector here. And are we seeing a little battle for position here, potentially? Nope, just some different lines taken by Mike in behind to make sure he can stay nice and close to Supra on corner exit. It's just smart racing driving right there. Piggums here, 1.9 seconds off these guys. He's pulled away from the pack a little bit in behind him, with Esports Matthew and Snozzer here as well. Matthew can take a little bit of a wide entry there, and that allows Snozzer to get up the inside here. But again, that wide entry seems to be holding strong on exit there. We got Type R in 9th place, we got Puzzlement here in 10th position, and we got Lone Ghost here in 11th. So it is still Oliver, still leading the way. He's pretty much led the race right from start to finish here, and he's looking strong. Bar 27 here in 2nd position. We have, what, 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining? 35, something like that. Doug here in 3rd place, almost got it down to under a second here now on that 2nd place driver, so he's starting to break free. Mike's gotten around Supra, so Mike's now up into 4th place as well, and this pack is starting to separate a little bit here. Got Supra in 5th place, with Piggums now chasing here in 6th. 1.1 seconds is the gap. He's starting to close in. Got Snozzer here in 7th, Esports Matthew in 8th. We got Type R in 9th. We got Puzzlement here in 10th position. We got Lone Ghost here in 11th place. So it is Oliver still moving and grooving here, 4 seconds up the road. Bar 27, not so chilling right now. He had a nice little cozy comfy cushion there, but that cushion has disappeared. Now Doug Burrow is in the slipstream here. He's 6/10 of a second in behind Bar 27 right now, and closing. And I mean, he's bringing a whole group of cars along the way with him here as well. Mike, Supra, Piggums, all very close in tow in behind here. So podium positions are going to be up for grabs here by the end of this race. I think we got Mike in 4th place, we got Supra in 5th, and Piggums closing in on Supra here little bit by little bit. He's basically on the tail end slipstream distance here at the moment. Esports Matthew here in 7th. We got Snozzer right tucked in behind there in 8th place. He has not let that driver get anywhere this race. We got Type R here in 9th position. Puzzlement rocking and rolling in that sweet livery here in 10th place, and we got Lone Ghost. Hey, Lone Ghost in 11th place. Camera crew didn't want to show the love there. Definitely see this car on track. Nice and bright green accents on it there. So it is Oliver here, and he's, ooh, big leg spike right there. We got everybody still. All right, Oliver in the lead of this race here. We got Bar 27 in 2nd position. Got Doug Burrow and Mike Say 1972 now nose to tail here in 3rd and 4th place. So are we going to see a little pressure from Mike on Doug, or are we going to play nice to try and reel Bar 27 in here? Doug was much closer here all of a sudden, and now He's allowed bar 27 to slip away a little bit here, and he's got a rear mirror full of black and white Austin or Mini Cooper here, and he makes a mistake going into the final corner. And there we go, side by side now, and Mike's backs out of that there. So I'm not sure why he didn't want to take advantage of that there, but maybe a part of his plan. Maybe a part of his plan. So it is Mike here in 4th place, but now that's allowed Piggums to close in here, and he is right on the backside of this. So this is a 3-way battle between 3rd through 5th place now for 3rd position here. We got Supra in 6th place, 1.4 seconds in behind with Matthew chasing. He's gotten around Snozzer and trying to shake him here a little bit. We got Type R in 9th, Puzzlement in 10th, and oh, there he is, Mr. Lone Ghost here in 11th position, just coming through that final chicane there right now. So it is Mr. Oliver Smalley here, 6 seconds up the road now from bar 27, who's maybe starting to feel a little bit of wear on those front tires, I'm thinking, as those corners are looking a little tough there for that driver to get around. We got Doug Barrow here in 3rd place, and I mean, his tire wear is not any better than bar 27 up in front of him here. We got Mike in 4th position with Piggums tucked right in behind there in 5th place as well. We got Supra here in 6th, we got Matthew here in 7th, we got Snauzer here in 8th, we got Type R in 9th position, we got Puzzlement here in 10th position, we got Lone Ghost here, making a bit of a mistake there, and he's going for a little ride in the sand trap there, and he's going to pull that car back out and get himself back on track and rolling in the right direction there again. So it is Oliver coming around, nothing happening here. There's lots happening in this mid-pack right now. Let's get on board with it here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place, as it's side by side here from Mike and Piggums. Piggums on the outside track there. He settles back in behind Mike for the time being. Doug not really immediately under fire here right now, as the battle was between these two drivers, but that battle very quickly sorted itself out, and everybody settled back into rhythm here. And we have 3.5 minutes remaining in this race, so we're going to see about 3 laps, give or take. Supra here in 6th, we got Matthew here in 7th, with Snauzer starting to try and close back in, but eSports Matthew's doing a good job at opening up that gap just a little bit more. Type R 1.5 seconds in behind. Puzzlement is in 10th, and Lone Ghost chasing here in 11th position. So it is Oliver here, and 7 seconds is the gap, and he is really lagging right now. Hopefully he stays in the racetrack here. We've got bar 27 in 2nd place. He gets that a little bit wrong. We got a good side-by-side battle happening here right now between Doug and Mike, and it is a drag race down the start-finish line. Doug still has 3rd place coming across the start-finish line timing board, but it is definitely an active fight here. And what is Piggums going to do? Piggums is just picking a line here. Which line is it going to be? We're going to wait to see. It's going to be a racing line, and he's going to try and just take advantage of the battling between these two drivers right now, and he still hasn't been able to find his way around that 4th place driver here, but he is side by side coming into the mid sector here, and Piggums is trying to make something happen here against Mike, but Mike is doing a great job at defending against Piggums here as we're coming in around the racetrack. Piggums is back up inside here again, and he's really starting to put the pressure. Big exit looking for Piggums here. He's going to take that huge wide entry, and Mike just gets a nice tidy corner there, and he's going to lose Piggums a little bit there, so Piggums is going to have to work his way back up to try and get that position, and Mike has been doing a great job at holding charge of Piggums in behind for the last 3 or 4 laps here. Alright, race leader getting a little bit wrong there in corner 1, but he's still on the track and moving in a forward direction, so no harm, no foul there. Bar 27 is just coming around the start-finish line here right now, so Oliver has really opened up the lead on that driver. Doug's still holding on to 3rd place here, but he's been battling hard for it here, as Mike has attempted a couple of moves a couple of times here, and Piggums much of the same thing with Mike as well, so some healthy battling here between 3rd and 5th place. Super is trying to close in on this battle here. He's got it down to his 2nd. eSports Matthews coming in here 1.2 seconds in behind. The Schnauzers just losing touch a little bit, 1.5 seconds right now. It doesn't look like much either in these little cars, does it? Type R here in 9th. We got Puzzlement there in 10th position. We got Lone Ghost here rocking and rolling in 11th, but it is this man, number 46, Oliver Smalley, leading the charge here right now as he's coming around, and he's lost a little bit of time to bar 27 here, but he's got a healthy cushion there, so he just needs to keep it right and tight around the racetrack, and it'll be a nice comfortable race win here for him tonight. Bar 27 here in 2nd place. We got Doug here in 3rd position. He's working hard here to keep these two drivers in behind here right now, and the clock is definitely in his favor at the moment with under a well, with 30 seconds remaining in the race. So really now it comes down to when these drivers cross the start-finish line, whether or not they're going to go around one more time. And that is Oliver going on his final lap here as he comes across. Doug and Bar 27 and group also coming around one more time. They're all going to get the lap. Alright, so on Puzzlement here in 10th place, and she's going to get this final lap here as well as she comes around. It'll be a race finish here for Lone Ghost when he comes through. So it'll be an 11th place finish for this driver here. Let's get back to our race leaders here. Nothing really doing there. And there's enough of a gap between the rest of the drivers here right now. I don't know if we're going to see anything happen here, but we're going to stick with Oliver here and just kind of keep our eye on this mid-pack. Ooh, Pickham's made a mistake there. He went wide. That may cost him. Now he's going to allow Super to really close in on him there, and he's lost touch with that pack up in front. So it is going to be Oliver here as he's coming around the start-finish line for the last time here. We got Lone Ghost coming across. Going to be 11th place for him. And, ooh, Oliver getting it a little bit wobbly there, but he's going to bring it home here, and it's going to be a race win here for this driver. And there we go as he comes across the start-finish line. It's Bar 27 here in second position, and you can see Doug there knows he's just enough there to squeeze third place. Mike in fourth, Pickham's in fifth, Super in sixth, Matthew in seventh, Snozzer and Type R going across almost side by side there in eighth and ninth place, and it's going to be Puzzlement, the last driver to come through for the checkered flag here in race. Alright, on board with Puzzlement as she comes through, taking that checkered flag from the flag man there. Congratulations to all 11 drivers here in race number 2. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to save some information here and wait for our top 3 of race number 2 to jump in here. So we'll be waiting for Doug, Barr, and Oliver. Matthew had a penalty coming across the line there, so a half-second turned into a 1-second penalty, but didn't look like it cost him any position on the racetrack there. We're just going to take a look. I believe it didn't, so... Alright, I probably need to go and get into the interviewing room, I bet. Yepper. Alright, how was that for everybody? I think race 1 was a little more exciting than race 2 here tonight, actually, which is a little bit of a shock. Usually those sprint races are the ones that provide the more intense style action. Alright, sounds good, Bar. 50 less pounds this race, yay! Well done, top 3, absolutely. Alright. We got Doug in here. We'll just see if Oliver pops in, and then we'll go have a chat with 2 of our 3 podium interviewees here. So, good racing, Bar. Congratulations on 3rd place, my guy. That was well earned there tonight. 2nd place, sorry, 2nd place. Alright, my bit rate is a little bit low, it tells me, hey? Alright, well, looks like we're going to be having a little chit-chat with Mr. Doug Barrow here. He was our 3rd place driver here in race number 2 today. So, again, we're only doing our interviews for our top 3 in race number 2 here. And this is the reverse grid race. And this allows an opportunity for some of the other drivers that we don't typically get to talk to have an opportunity to talk to everybody watching at home. So, changing things up a little bit here when it comes to podium interviews and these sprint race format style races. But Doug Burrow having a great run here tonight, taking a second and a third place finish in both the races. So, great racing out there. You're coming in with, what is it, 1,048 kilograms of weight on this car, so fairly heavier than the majority of the field, with the exception of our championship leader at this point. How much does that affect, I guess, the balance of the race car into the races, and how much does that change how you practice and prepare for the races leading into these?
I mean, I won the first race, came third in the second race. So yeah, I think I'm second in the championship. The weight is so evident down the straights into the braking zones, the tyre wear. Luckily, it doesn't unbalance the car too much. You don't get an awful lot of, or it doesn't feel like you get an awful lot more roll into the corners or anything like that. You're not chucking too much weight around, but it makes a difference often, especially off the start down this. I mean, this track is long straights, slow corners for the majority of it. So I mean, there's a little bit of extra braking time, there's acceleration time out of it, and then there's the straight line speed that you're missing out on carrying the weight. But I mean, we're using the minis because it handles the weight well. The chassis is good on it, so it handles the power well. Sorry, so the chassis still seems to be good, and we did it with a bit of testing. The chassis still seems to be really good with the weight as well. So it is mainly just that acceleration time, the braking time, and the straight line speed. It doesn't create too much imbalance on the car through the bends.
Absolutely, and I mean, obviously the weight not really factoring into your racing here today so much, but double podium finishes. I mean, let's talk about that battle. I mean, you were in a pretty healthy battle with Mike 1972 or Mike Mates there for a large part of that second race, especially. I mean, how is that knowing that one little mistake at that point in the race and that could be your podium finish for the day? I mean, what's going through your mind? Are you just worried about just parking that car on every apex and really making it tough for him to go around, or are you just trying to outpace him? I mean, what are some of the things you think about when you're in a healthy battle like that?
A couple of the corners, it's park it, literally park it. I seem to have a better run out of the final bend than him during that race. Same as in the first half of the race with Supra. Seemed to have a better run out the final bend, so I wasn't too worried as long as I went in and didn't leave the inside open, which I did once, and he got up the inside, but he allowed me room, which was good of him. Bit of a squeeze on the final part, but I managed to outpace him down the straight, get a better run down the straight, and I managed to do that to him on most corners. And then in turn one, he was catching. Through turn two, he was catching. 3 and 4 was sort of like even, and then I'd park it and then get a little bit of a gap again through the main hairpin and then back up to the final corner and onto the thing. So I get that little buffer there to give me a bit of protection for that final bend to be able to accelerate out. But yeah, I mean, great guns to all the guys racing. So that's fantastic battles. But yeah, it's trying not to. I mean, I made a mistake to let everybody get that close anyway. So it was because I was gaining on bar. So it was yeah, it was in my mind to just park it where I needed to park it. We haven't had a lot of people practicing this week. It might be because of the heat, but I've put a lot of practice in. And because I was running championship weight, I was practicing with my championship weight on. That was second place championship weight for the first race and then first place weight for the second race. It wasn't too much of a difference to get used to the difference in the way the car was. The acceleration you noticed a little bit more, but other than that, because I've been practicing all week with that weight, with this car around this track, which we haven't had a lot of. I think that's what gave me the edge over a few of the drivers.
Seat time being so important for success during competition, and the work is in the pudding. I mean, that's just all there is to it. If you want to succeed in league racing, you got to put the work and you got to put the time in. You got to try and find the perfect strategy and find that comfortable pace that you like to run around the racetrack, but with a little bit extra there in case you need to battle from time to time. But great racing from you here tonight as always, and going to put you in the conversation potentially for championship, maybe lead moving into round number 4 in a couple of weeks' time. So, I guess any final remarks and any shoutouts and thank yous you want to throw out there to the viewers watching at home?
Well, I mean, fingers crossed it gives me a chance at this championship. I mean, Piggy is amazingly good. Then you've got Matthew's really good. Mike's really good. Oliver's just joined us. He's really good, and he's going to be running. If he makes the next race as well, he's just come back to us. He'll be running no weight for the first race. So Simon is so good in these minis. Bar's really good. Puzzle's getting quicker. I don't know what happened to Action, but he's really good in these minis. So it creates a lot of that tightness, and I think it's just the practice that's made the difference for everyone. So yeah, but I'd like to thank everybody involved, obviously, and congratulations to Bar and Ollie for this race. Thank you very much I know you've had a lot going on and it's very busy for you, so thanks for doing this for us. Means a lot, and yeah, thanks everybody. Hopefully we have people watching. Thanks to those who are watching, and I hope it was a good race.
Well, it was most certainly good racing, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Lots of action. I mean, Action Jackson, he was just battling hard all race long. It wasn't what happened to him. He was dogfighting all the way through both races. So, definitely, I'm sure, enjoyable race for him, as there was a lot of battling happening with Action Jackson throughout both races. So, that's what happened to Action Jackson. Just to clarify your question there, he was probably
he was right up with us in practice.
He was
right there in practice.
Definitely one of the hardest fighting drivers on the racetrack in race 1 and 2 here tonight, without a question of a doubt. So, yeah, he was just locked into good, healthy battle in all race long.
Excellent.
All right, well, we always appreciate you taking some time to come and chat with us, and we'll see you next week in what is it, round 4 of Porsches? Round 4 of Porsches.
I think so, yeah.
Love it. Yeah. All right, fantastic. Well, we appreciate you, my guy, and congratulations on that 3rd place and 2nd place finish here today.
Thank you. Once again, thank you to you, and I'll speak to you soon, bud.
Sounds good, my dude. Sounds good.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our 3rd place driver, Mr. Doug Barrow, bar 27, was our 2nd place driver here, but unable to make the interviews here today, and that is A-OK. It's not mandatory. Of course, it is optional for our drivers, but now we're going to talk to our race 2 winner here, Oliver Smalley. He didn't have a podium in the 1st race, but we don't talk to them guys. We're talking to our race number 2 podium finishers here. Today, the winner is Oliver Smalley. So, coming back here, he's been away for a while, and he's finally getting back on track and settling back into some good, hard racing action. And a fairly uneventful race number 2 for you. You got a good, clean racing start, and for the most part, had a little bit of pressure from bar 27 early on, but you managed it well and opened up a gap, and it was just a nice, easy run to the checkered flag here for you. But, let's talk about your racing here today. You fought hard in race number 1, didn't quite get the result you might have been looking for, but you definitely paid off here in race number 2 for you. So talk us through your racing day today.
Yeah, the racing was pretty good, especially with the first race. Just joined in and all that. Literally joined in last minute, so had no practice at all. And the reason why I was slow in the first race, I was actually less on power, so I was actually in a disadvantage with everyone else. Everyone was so quicker than me, and I literally had to deal with the pressure with the engine. But I enjoyed the racing and all that. Grace was brilliant from everyone, especially with Bar, known him long, and yeah, he done really well, but I managed to pull away in the 2nd race, so I was quite happy with that result.
I mean, obviously, I would be very happy with that result as well. Nobody's ever disappointed with a race win here tonight, but tough field of drivers out there, and with that win, that's going to move you up into the standings. But top 5 drivers coming into each race 1 start with ballast added, weight added to their racing cars. Due to championship point standings, and of course weight added to some of these drivers after race 1 going into race 2. So it's an interesting little setup here for the series. And I guess what are you looking forward the most here out of racing remaining in the season here with the drivers on track this season?
Just coming back slowly and surely, just filling in the boots as reserve on the Porsches and all that. And for the Mini, if there's not a lot of drivers on there, I'll be hopefully try and have a chat, have a little contract behind it, and just say I'll come in full time in the Minis and all that. Just slowly, just filling my boots in, enjoying everything else outside the world and all that as well. Enjoying the racing with that, especially with Doug, Hairraiser, everyone else on the grid as well, because everyone out there is really good behind the wheel, and great to have a chat to as well. It's like a little family there. It is nice to be back, joining in, especially after this race. Very happy with that, and yeah, hopefully it'll be good around round 4. You said round Porsche?
Yeah, round four already here for the Porsches next weekend. So it should definitely be an exciting round of racing as everybody's kind of starting to get familiar with those racing cars. And we know that you know these cars quite well too, the Porsches. So definitely going to be excited to see what you got if you can get on track there next weekend. But great racing out there today, and uneventful race number 2 for you. And sometimes as racers, we kind of like it that way. So you just get to settle into your race and hit your marks. But race number 1 was much more eventful. I mean, granted, you were a little bit underpowered there. How was the racing on track and the battling going on with the group there?
It was really intense and all that. I knew I wasn't going to be quick in the straight line speeds. All I was just doing is trying to learn what their driver line is, what they can do, see if I could copy it with a less power car. It was especially more tense as well, especially with the UK just having a massive heat stroke and everything. It's just getting so hot. So it was like, especially with the heat, trying to learn what to do. Yeah, it was a bit stressful and all that. But at the end of the day, I thought if I just try and keep my head down, see what I can do, try and get advantage, see what I can do in the second race with the upgrades, what I can get for the car, it'll be easier.
Well, and it most certainly was. We got that car tuned and locked into the right setup there, and got yourself a nice race win there in race number 2. So, pretty good start to your racing season. And I guess with that being said, I mean, any final remarks you want to toss in on your racing day here today, and any shoutouts and thank yous to the viewers watching at home?
Just want to thank out for everyone who asked me to come in and all that. It's nice to come back slowly. Reuniting with everyone on the race grid and all that. Hopefully I don't disappoint and do any like silly driving and all that. Just thanks for everyone to having me back, and all the support as well. Thank you for everyone. You've been an amazing crowd and all that. So hopefully I don't disappoint you in the other future races what comes up.
Oh, that won't happen, and my man. You just got to come out there with that positive vibe every week and just go out to have some fun. And if you're doing that, that's really all that matters at the end of the day. That's all we ever want to see from our racing community is just enjoying the competition and the good hard racing on the racetrack. But we're glad to see you back, and you're looking very quick out there, that's for sure. So Oliver Smiley, ladies and gentlemen, ready to come put some pressure on the boys and girls on the racetrack here from the GTRC. And congratulations on some great racing today, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, my guy.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so 2 of our 3 podium interviewees here. We're just going to make sure. Yep, that is the case. Here today, just in case Barter maybe had a second to pop in or something. We just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's not the case. He said he was going to the store. So, all right, we appreciate y'all. Congratulations to Bar 27 as well. He had a pretty heated drive there in race number 1 as well. Lots of hard battling there. He was in 4th place at the beginning of the race and made a mistake, dropped all the way down to the back of the pack and just found himself battling since. He got a little bit of a good clean start in race number 2 there. He got up in he was lined up 3rd, I think, on the grid at race start there, and he had a great run, got himself up in 2nd place, and really didn't look back after that. But Doug was really starting to close in on him there, so he did a great job of keeping the charge down from the rest of the pack, bearing down on him there. Another 10 minutes, that might have been a different race for Bar 27, but great racing from him here. He's looking like he's getting back to form here as well now as the season progresses, and that means that the racing action is only going to continue to get stronger and stronger before the end of the season. So not quite at the midway point of these seasons yet, but we are definitely getting there in a couple of weeks' time. So we'll be back next Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, 3 p.m. Eastern time here, a little bit earlier, obviously, so we can break it all down for everybody. And we'll be bringing Porsche Cup round 4 to everybody here next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We appreciate you all for the support. This is presented by, again, the GTRC, the Gran Turismo racing community, and I was your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. We hope everybody enjoyed the content and the racing action on the racetrack here today. Remember, you all matter. Stay winning, and we'll catch you on the next one. We appreciate everybody. Thank you. Hey.